Hello, my name is John Elwood. I'm here with Jim Pfeiffer, who's shooting this video. We're here at the first tee at Nissequogue, and I'm going to try to show you some tips and strategy on how to best play the first hole. We're doing this to give you a sense of having some enjoyment and some fun during these difficult times, and hopefully help you on playing the hole when the season does begin. So let's get started with a tee shot here. The fairway is quite wide, maybe 45 yards wide is the widest. And then it was up to about 25 yards at the bunker, which is about 250 yards away or so. The important thing here is to decide what type of shot you're going to play. Be it a straight one, a fade, a draw, what have you. The only real trouble here is the trees on the left. They're kind of a real barrier there, the trees on the left. You want to really avoid those. Of course, there's trees on the right, but those aren't nearly as difficult to play from. So my typical shot is a little fade. So I'm going to aim mine right at the bunker right there and try to fade it a little bit into the right center of the fairway. The optimum shot here would be a draw, as the fairway slopes right to left, and also the trouble's on the left. That way I'd be shooting away from the trouble, which is what you always want to try to do. In observing players over the years teeing off here on one, I've noticed a couple different tendencies. The first tendency I've noticed is some of the lower handicap players tend to hit draws, pull hooks into the trees. And that comes from being anxious with the swing and not finishing the backswing. And what I mean by that is, in a proper swing, you swing back, you finish your backswing, you start your downswing. When you get anxious or nervous or uptight, however you want to call it, you tend to go back about 2/3 of the way, jerk the club down, you got a coordination, and you pull or duck hook it. So if that's one of your tendencies, you get up on this first tee here, try to just finish your backswing before you make your downswing. The other thing I like to do on this hole is, when I'm warming up on the range, my last couple tee shots on the range, I like to imitate my tee shot on one. And pretend it's the first hole tee shot and try to visualize a nice straight shot, maybe a little bit of fade, somewhere in the center of the fairway. I try to remind myself the fairway's 45 yards wide, and I really should be able to hit it most of the times. Okay, let's move on down the fairway. Okay, this ball ended up in the center of the fairway, albeit about 215 yards to the hole. What I see a lot with players in this position is when they line up their ball, along the fairway. The fairway here is pointed just to the left of the bunker, right toward the out of bounds. So I see many players not really thinking about this and aiming right along the fairway line, which puts them in position to hit the ball in the right rough, or even worse, out of bounds. So what you need to do is to pick a target here where you want to aim it. Now, if you want to aim it at the pin, then the trees get in the way here. So for that case, you want to aim it a little bit right of the green. If you're playing a fade, and your fade is going to take you right over these trees, then maybe the fade isn't the right shot to hit, or the 5 was not the right club. What I would suggest then would be a different club, like a 6-iron or 7-iron. Play it off to the right into the center of the fairway. Okay, I often see players in this position pull out the 3 or 5 wood, play a fade, aim at the tree, hit the tree, and then comment, "I can't believe I hit that tree." Well, you're aiming at the tree, so that's what happened really. So the point I'm trying to make here is try to pick a target, think about your shot a little bit, think about where you want to leave your ball, aim it properly, and go on forth that way. Okay, this ball's ended up in the left rough, about 165, 175 yards away, and I'm not sitting in a great lie, and I got this big tree directly in front of me. The important thing here is you don't want to make any worse than a bogey on this hole. You don't want to make a double bogey or worse. That would really be a tough way to start. So I want to make a par or bogey here at worst. So my first option is to try to go over the tree, which is difficult to do out of this lie, and it's too much risk to take. If I don't clear the tree, if I hit the tree, it brings a double bogey or worse into play. So I'm not going to try that on the first hole. The other thing I can try to do is to hook the ball right to left around this tree to get up on the green. The problem with that is all this grass behind my ball. What's going to happen when I hit that is it's going to take the spin off the ball. The ball come out kind of like a knuckleball, which will make it difficult to curve. Also, it brings that out of bounds on the right into play, which is a definite no-no. So the right play here would be to just pitch it out in the fairway. Now, when I pitch out in the fairway here, I have a couple of options. I can chip it out right here to the 150-yard marker, or I could chip it out a little bit longer, take a little different angle, have about 110 yards in or so, being careful to have the ball stay in the fairway. So don't just chip out without thinking about it, but take the longer angle to give yourself a shorter club in, and you can then possibly save a par, or worse, end up with a bogey. Okay, this is my ball here. It's ended up in the center of the fairway. I'm at the 150-yard marker. The pin's in the middle of the green. This shot plays a little uphill. I'm at about 5 yards for the uphillness. So I'm going to play a 6-iron here and make sure I have plenty of club. This particular shot, all the trouble here is on the right-hand side of the green, meaning it's much more difficult to get the ball up and down right of the green, the right bunker, the right rough, than the left side of the green, because of the hill coming off the bunker on the right. So I'm going to aim this one about 15 feet left of the hole and try to hit this one somewhere between the pin and the left edge of the green, which will give me a nice lead there. If I happen to miss it left, I'll have a relatively easy up and down. Let's see how I do.